About 8:30 this morning, and it's a cool fall day. It was from this corner of the park, Centro Civico, that I started to walk across the street here, and in the chair facing me I saw Sally, quite by chance within hours of when I arrived here. Nice little plant store. This is my first of 2 mornings to just stroll. I'm down a block away from the beach. I'm just going to wander down this way and then come back. Just got through booking my bus ticket down to Esquel, cashing 1,000 US, which gives me 3,060 pesos. When I go to Argentina, it'll be damn near 546,000, whatever their thingies are. This is called Todo Pollo, which sells only chicken. That's a cool thing right next to a battery store. Now down in the area that's basically a non-tourist, probably starting to get to be normal people, residential. And now I'll go down to the water area. I had to go to the bathroom real quick, so one of the solutions is walk in with a few pesos in your hand, tell them that you need a bathroom, offer to pay, and they gladly pointed out a place, and I dropped the coins on the counter, much to her surprise. She was quite willing to let me use it without that, but that's one strategy for guaranteeing relief. Interesting little building, even older car, looks like a Dodge. Trucks, I mean. This is Avenida 12 de Octubre, which is also the main drag that goes along the waterfront and out to the bus depot. It's about 10 o'clock now. Modern construction. It's actually just a very practical way. They've locked the 2x4 onto the balcony up above. They have a rope with a pulley on it, and he'll put some lumber on that and they can drop it right down. Beats trying to come down the elevator or the stairs. This looks like an apartment house, or maybe even condos. Probably condos, since there's a sale sign on one of those balconies. This would be a lovely view. It's interesting how they don't do things. They do them very much halfway. Maybe that's all they can do. But it's obvious to anybody when you put this wall in that you need to provide some mechanism for people who are infirm to get onto this observation thing. But instead they leave the wall just as it is. I love that burnt red color, or whatever it is. Whether it's here or in Arizona, I like it. Now we'll walk up onto this square and see this church. There's some restoration. You see, labor is inexpensive. Lots of people standing around. Here's a playground for children. Iglesia. These new benches are a welcome addition because it's not normal to put benches anywhere for people to sit on, which is so strange to me, but nicely maintained little rose garden here. One man usually takes care of something like this. I always think the angles that you get architecturally in churches are neat, outside and inside. I don't know if I can get inside, and I don't know if I do, if I can video, but I'd sure like to. Wonder what the significance of the ball is on the top of the steeple. And the altered crucifix with the extra cross on it. This ramp, an unusual concession to those who probably have some of the big bucks to support the church, who said, I want one in there so I can get in there. In the book that I finished recently, again the second time, Cantisau for Leibowitz, there was a wood carving of Jesus made by a monk who had a wry smile that haunted the centuries afterward. A man there with his St. Bernard in the barrel, which he will then spend the day here, letting people have their pictures taken with the St. Bernard, and for a few pesos. Inside both church entrances, ladies discreetly begging for money. Here it's discreet, it's not in your face. Of the little chair carved out of a former tree stump. This man takes care of all of the green stuff we've seen, not this area here that's apparently up and down this roadway. And my guess is from the loop of sprinkler heads, he probably puts these sprinkler heads in, runs the water, then removes all of them, takes them with him for fear of their being stolen, and also because they might not have that many to work with, and he just moves them around. Romulus. the Origins of Rome symbol. And when he's done, he puts in a plastic plug. I find that many of the drivers here, although they're ruthless in their speed, and it is a game of chicken, that if you, in good faith, presumably, start to step out, justifiably not knowing that they need the right-of-way or that they need to go at that point, they will do everything they can to stop for you and graciously let you go past. This is Brown, which is interesting. Who was Brown? So it appears that Brown, Guillermo William Brown, was a hero of a naval battle for the Republic of Argentina. Looks like a large public pool and some kind of a public building, maybe even bathrooms. As well as grass to lounge on. And here some kind of jetty, as well as floating docks, but don't know whether those are hollow. My guess is that they would be hollow and then filled with water to stabilize them, and then probably locked together somehow, just to create a little protected harbor from the waves that are created by the terrific wind that can fetch across that water. Some old kind of wood cruiser that one wonders why it's still there. Coast Guard, and I think on the other side is some new catamaran tour cruise boats. Up there is Civico Centro. The building, the far building, is where the tourist office is. Here are the big cruise tour boats. It's a very big lake. Final shot down the lakeside. I'll be off in that area somewhere on boats today, starting at 1 o'clock. View of the Civic Centro. There's also, that's where the park is, right behind it. That big ugly building in the back is where Hostel 1004 is. It's actually an apartment house, that whole place. But apparently one batch of apartments are the hostel. Unfortunately, this centerpiece, so ugly painted, really epitomizes the lack of interest in maintaining what they've created, even when it's presumably a national monument. Truly a disgrace to themselves, as well as the scum who did it. The guy's doing all the hard work. There's a saw. There he has a power saw, but he's using the regular saw for it. For whatever the reason, so a tremendous amount of handwork goes into anything that's done. Just saw a man building all of the block wall around a fairly good sized building, and he mixes the cement in a small pail, smaller than a 5-gallon can. But what they'll end up with here is a building that looks like these. This is the brick that everything's built out of. Looks about 2 inches thick, probably 7 inches wide, and I'm guessing 12, maybe 13 inches long.